My name is Steve McDonald. I've been with Camosun for 25 years. My current position is here at the receiving dock at Lansdowne as the supervisor of the receiving department.
My name is Jill Erickson. I work at the Camosun College bookstore, and I have for the last 20 plus years in the capacity of cashier, shipper-receiver, store supervisor, and currently the course materials buyer.
I'm Kirchner. I work in the Department of English, and I've been here 20 years.
My name's Janice Simcoe, and I'm the director of Aichkwala in the Center for Indigenous Education and Community Connections. I've been here for 25 years as of September 4th, 2016.
My name is Nancy Sly, and I've been at the college since January 3rd, 1991. I work in applied learning, which includes cooperative education and career services.
Hi, I'm Joan Yates. I'm Vice President here at Camosun College of Student Experience, and I've been here 25 odd years.
My name is Nancy Willingantz, and I work in the Counseling Center, and I've worked at the college for 40 years today.
My name is Missy Albano. I have been a visitor to this land for 28 years. My ancestors are from the Tupi-Guarani tribe from Brazil and Italy. I have been a visitor to this land for 28 years, and I've been at Camosun for 20 years. And I started in the old ABE department, and in 2002 I was transferred to the ESL department at the time, now called EOD, and I teach all levels from absolute beginners to light, and lately I have been also teaching mindfulness-based stress reduction to help students.
Someone that's influenced me the most is hard to nail down. I'm influenced by everybody here, mostly our students. I'm inspired by their stories and what they're doing and where they're trying to get to, and it makes you think about yourself and where you want to be. You know, what am I going to be when I grow up? And this is a great place to take part in that.
One that sticks out is that I actually met my husband while working at the college 15 years ago. I've also taken good advantage of some of the professional development that's also offered at the college. So I've taken some business admin courses of my personal interests, woodworking, some recreation. I'm always taking advantage of that. I've had both my kids go through the child care program at the college. The people that work here at the college have been really, forming and shaping my life, and I just appreciate having them in my life and this place being a big part of my life.
This happened actually the first year I was teaching, and the chair was probably as new as I was. She was trying to organize class, and at the last minute teachers got sick and she was stuck for instructors. And I was teaching a course that was English literature course, and then she was stuck for it. Couldn't find a teacher for the course that came afterwards. The only trouble is that course started a half an hour before the other one ended. So she was so stuck. She says, "Could you just do this for a while?" And I said, "Okay, I think I probably can pull it off." So what I'd do is I'd leave my first class, which was literature, in group work, and I'd say, "Hold that thought," and run down the hall and start the other class. And then leave them for a bit and that class. And then the next class, unfortunately, was upstairs. So I meant by the end, I was taking those stairs two at a time, because what happened, she couldn't find a replacement. So I was doing it for the whole term, and I was in great shape.
Oh, one of my most influential memories was the day that the ground got broken for this place, for the Natsamat House. Two elders from Esquimalt Nation came up, and they did a ceremony with a couple of us from Aichkwala and one of the builders, and a couple people observed who were very interested. It was quite early in the morning. So the elders went around, because this is on really important Lekwungen land, this particular structure. They went and they did their work, and then when we were finished, we looked up and there were 3 eagles circling around right above over there with a real sign that the natural world had been listening to this ceremony. Now, often we're looking for 4 creatures to be telling us stories, but the builder, the guy who ended up designing all of the work that was going to be done, he walked over to the physical resources office, and as he was approaching the building, there was the Fourth Eagle waiting for him. And then on the opening day, we saw them again. So this building has felt very connected to the ground that it's on and very connected to this place. And we see that it's a place of sanctity for everybody at Camosun.
So when I started in post-secondary, it was actually not at Camosun, it was at Langara, and I started there in 1978, and I worked there for a few years, and I also worked in Australia teaching for a few years. But at Langara in 78, people could still smoke in the classroom, so we had ashtrays. Students and instructors could smoke. We didn't have computers, so we were using, initially, not even IBM Selectrics, but eventually those came in. But we used ditto machines and, yes, early photocopiers. Things were substantially different technologically.
I have a person who came to my life at Camosun in 2011, and that's Faye Martin. And one thing that I learned from Faye is to be myself. So whenever I am not 100% sure, I have that butterflies in my stomach, I can always go to Faye and say, Faye, can we talk? And she said, time to make an appointment. And we sit together and she listens, and she really helps me teach from my heart. And that is very important to me.
Probably my best story, I won't reveal their name for a reason that'll become apparent in a moment, but when I first arrived at Camosun College, I was in my early 30s. I was a new president's very first hire, and to be honest, I thought I was hot. And I would sit in meetings, and I would have the cheek of a 30-year-old where I would sort of roll my eyes and kind of have opinions about everything that people were talking about. I was pretty good at that. I still am a little bit, but I was especially good at it then. And I remember a particular associate dean who has long since retired from Camosun taking me aside and saying, sweetie, you gotta tone it down a little bit if you want to have some way here, if you want to be successful here at Camosun. And I figured for someone to actually bother to take the time and tell me that was pretty darn good advice, and I heeded it. So this is me toned down. It's the best I can do.
What's different about Camosun is I think that the biggest difference is the composition of students. When I first came to the college, I was given a bunch of tasks to do, as well as I was hired as a personal counselor. But one of the tasks I was given was to increase the participation of female students at the college. And when I came to the college, there was maybe 4 or 5 women faculty. And the proportion of male students far exceeded the proportion of female students. And the college wanted to have more female students. So we've gone through different periods of attracting different groups of students. Now when I come into campus, the diversity is just astounding. The numbers of international students and where they come from. The Aboriginal numbers of students have increased. And it's just much more of a diverse environment than it was 40 years ago.
Years and years ago, the Dawson building burnt down, and it was days before September start. We had people's bursary checks and scholarship checks in there burnt. We had, in fact, I had to take a bag of quarters and walk down the road just to be able to make telephone calls. When all the students arrived at school just a couple of short days later, we had our student services folks wear this handy dandy shirt all fired up and the old Camosun logo burning for life. And it was one of those moments where everybody just pitched in, did what they needed to do, and had some great fun doing it. So again, Camosun spirit, that's all I can call it.
I mean, we're the envy of every other college in Canada, and a lot of it does have to do with the people that are working here. I mean, not only the kind of programming we have, not only the kind of location. I mean, look around us, this is awesome. And then we have just these incredible people that we work with, and the various different talents that they have, whether singing in Camosun Idol as part of a Conversations Day to supporting the likes of people like Eddie Charlie and Kristen and the work that they're doing around Orange Shirt Day. I mean, those are such inspirational people. And, you know, I mean, I guess that's why I'm still here and I haven't got any plans to retire anytime soon.
In many ways, I feel like I did when I first started working at the college. It's like a birthday. We're 1 year older, but we still feel as young as we did. Camosun has always been changing. The students have changed, the programs have changed, instructions have changed, the way we work has changed, and students' issues that I work with have always been engaging. And so in one sense, 40 years goes by really quickly. And it's also very easy to work at the college where you have lots of freedom, lots of respect, and lots of good times.